Hi, I'm Perry Black right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV, and we've got a wonderful show and great job opportunities that we want to share with you with Billy and Rachel Hubbard from Second Chance Youth Ranch, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm Perry Black, and our special guest, I don't even know if y'all can be called special guests anymore. Y'all been on the show so many times, y'all are just guests.
Hopefully we're special.
Yeah, well, you are special. Billy and Rachel Hubbard are daily operations directors, and on this show, I wanted to really highlight several things, and we're going to talk about this several times. Job opportunities, fostering and adopting, and that we have several children in the adoption process, and we have throughout this state several hundred children that want to be adopted, and we have several million people in the state of Arkansas that need to think about adopting. So we want to really highlight that. We want to talk about therapeutic foster care, the progress of our new foster home that we're building, that after this show airs, we will be in the process of the final touch-ups and details and getting our foster parents moved in. So, Billy and Rachel, y'all been with us for over 13 years. You've been daily operation directors for 10?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, a long time. Seems longer, doesn't it? So tell us, right at the beginning, what are the employment opportunities right now? We have an empty home, fully furnished, a van. We provide everything it takes, including the children, to open that home. So what do we need to open that home?
We just need you. We need somebody, a willing couple, or maybe even a single person that's willing to move on campus with us and to raise children. There's a big need now. Yesterday, I believe, our clinical director told me there were 20-something referrals that we had of large sibling groups that we were just having to say no
Yesterday?
to. Yesterday alone.
So there's groups of brothers and sisters that have been removed from the home for their protection, and we've had to turn them away even though we have a home ready to receive 6 kids.
And it's really sad. You know, Rachel and I and Pastor Perry, we've all been really hitting a lot of, with Indeed, with TV, with different things, and we haven't had a lot of interest as of now, and I challenge the men. We have a lot of women, wives that are really wanting to do this, but I think the men are secure in kind of what they're doing and maybe not wanting to step out. And as a man of the ranch, I did that 14, 15 years ago, and I think you've got to, I know someone, and I know everyone watching this can't do that. My mom said, oh, I wish I could do this. I wish I could move out there. She's 74, kind of ailing a little bit. I know it's not for everybody, but I know somebody that's watching right now can do that. And Rachel and I, we were that couple years ago. And I had the same thoughts that you guys are probably thinking right now. I remember, Pastor Perry, you'd come into church and say, have y'all decided? You decided? We're like, we're praying about it. We're praying about it. That's the old everyone ever saying. But that was true. We were really praying about the situation. But we decided we wanted to do something bigger with our lives than just chasing money and chasing our own dreams. But it turned out to once we did that, our dreams have been fulfilled and met, and
all your needs met. Now, some men, because they may be in their profession, are a little hesitant, but is it possible for someone to live on campus and the husband to work off campus?
Of course,
We'd look at that, wouldn't we?
I mean, I was in real estate, and I still own homes.
Yeah.
God will find a way to be able to use your talents.
So we would look at each couple in a unique situation. And really, the Family First Act is really designed for at least one of the parents to work anyway. And so we're open to discuss that and see if that's feasible. And we've had house parents, certainly respite house parents, or what we call relief house parents, or foster parents, or this is a terminology now, that do work, and then they come and work with us on the times that they're there to relieve and allow the foster parents some time off to be with their family or to take a trip, a vacation, something like that. So there's a lot of unique opportunities. Now there's another opportunity. We always talk about foster parents. One foster opportunity is working on our campus, and we're providing everything, including the house, the utilities, fuel for the van itself, all that.
Correct.
And then we have in-community foster families, and that's people who rent or own their own home and want to foster. And that's a little bit different arrangement, but there's compensation for both of those foster parents and support. And the third job opportunity that we want to talk about throughout this show is we are endeavoring right now and interviewing LCSW, what we would call a therapist, as we're continuing to expand. You know, we're building a home right now for 6 more children. We're getting ready to build another one in Benton for at least 4, 5, or 6 more children. And so we're having to expand our therapeutic services, working with Jim Gregory and the counseling clinic in Benton. So there's a lot of job opportunities. So you guys took that step. Now, we've talked about you guys before, but maybe somebody doesn't remember. You were a school teacher. What did you teach, Rachel, before you came on staff as a foster parent?
I taught first grade before. And I remember thinking, you know, this is so different. How could we do this? And I remember I was really scared that maybe we were just wanting to do it out of emotion, because it is kind of an emotional thing. And it was like, is this really what God is telling us to do? Or do we just feel badly for these children and want to help? And I remember I went to my dad and said, Dad, how do I know for sure that this is God and not me? And he said, Rachel, if you're really trying to follow the will of God, you're not going to step too far out of line. And so we just decided that our careers and chasing money and building up worldly things was not what we really wanted out of life. We wanted to be able to say that our little 100-year stint here on planet Earth was spent for someone else. And we wanted to make a difference. And I don't know any other way to make such a huge difference than to take these kids into your home and become like parents to them and just love them the way that Jesus does.
So you can spend your whole life working for a living or working to make a difference. And that's the opportunity that we're going to continue to lay before you in this program, because you are destined to win. We'll be right back.
I'm Alan Middlebrooks, and this is Middlebrooks Electric Heating and Air. And my daddy founded the business in 1945. And my brother and I had been working as we grew up in the family business our entire life. From 1992, we were actually working in the basement of their house. And so we bought another piece of property and moved. We outgrew that piece of property, and then we bought the Lewis Lumber property where we're at now. Once you walk through at the ranch and you take a tour and you actually get to meet the kids out there, and it's life-changing. I knew when I walked through and I went through the ranch and I talked to the kids, and Billy and I walked around as well, and I thought, this is what I need to do, because the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, this is what you need to be doing. Here's where you need to be helping. And so we always look and we always ask to be used in guidance and direction, and that was a direct guidance and direction. You know, it's you see the need, you know the need, and you know that what you're doing, you're sowing in a good field. And that's what it's all business owners should be looking for as we help our community. And we're community people. We like to do for the community here locally as well. I invite all businesses, you look for a local, whether it be a charity, but this is more than a charity. This is lives, and these kids need us. They need us as business partners, financially, and being able to go out and put our hands on these things that are out there and fill those needs. It's huge. The big thing is I can promise you this: you will well be blessed, and what it does to you is it'll touch your heart. You need to get involved with that. Go out, meet with Billy and Rachel, and do a walkthrough out there, and it'll change your life. Simple as that. And you know where you're putting your money is going to a good cause, and they are good stewards of what we give. I can promise you that.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Our special guest tonight is Billy and Rachel Hubbard, our daily operations directors. Many of you have seen them on the program before. And in our first segment, we talked about fostering in the community, in your own home, fostering on our campus. We provide everything. Both of those are compensated in some way. And then let's talk just real quick about therapeutic foster care and what do we at Second Chance Youth Ranch as a placement agency, what resources do we provide that can really help people that maybe as we're helping DHS, DCFS, with the overload that they're experiencing with children, what really sets us apart and what advantages do people have by contacting us, even to just get information? And then if they take that leap of faith like y'all did 13 plus years ago, to make it as easy, as seamless as possible, and what support do we give if they make that step to bring a child into their home?
So going through a placement agency, which is what Second Chance Ranch is a very different experience of foster care. And one reason is because our heart is for the most vulnerable children in the state. Yeah. And so we want to equip families to be able to care for them and give them the best possible care and to be successful at it. So we really have looked at like what makes fostering so difficult, and we've tried to remove those barriers. So there's usually 3 reasons that people say, I can't foster a large sibling group, or I can't foster a teenager or whatever. And that's because their house isn't big enough, they don't have the time or the money, or because they're intimidated to do it on their own. They want help and support. Yeah. And so we have really just attacked those 3 areas that those are legit challenges.
So what kind of support do we give?
So we provide 24-hour emergency interventions. If you have a child who's maybe really upset or throwing a tantrum and you don't know what to do, you can call us and we'll come over and help you with that. We provide therapeutic interventions in the home, which is 10 times more effective than meeting in an office. Explain that a little bit. So we will send our case managers into the home with the child. How many case managers
do we have?
We have 5 right now.
5 case managers, currently 2 therapists?
3 therapists right now, 1 part-time though.
Yeah, and then we're looking to put on staff another therapist.
Right.
These are master degree therapists.
They are.
They're all born again, Spirit-filled Christians, and they come alongside our foster families.
Yeah, sometimes they provide support to the parents.
When do y'all show up and help? Do y'all do that too?
When it gets real bad.
When it's really escalated, we'll go into the community homes, but we're in the campus homes daily.
Yeah.
So the homes in the community, that's primarily where our case managers and our therapists help, support, and do any sort of intervention. Now, it sounds kind of drastic, an intervention in the middle of the night, but sometimes a child that's been traumatized just needs the help, and we don't want our foster parents in our community to feel like they're just winging it on their own. We really give them that support network.
And they hardly ever need that. Yeah. They hardly ever call, late at night and say, somebody come over here, we're in an emergency. But I think knowing that you can do that if you need to, Or maybe, sometimes as a parent, you're exhausted, you're out of ideas, and you're frustrated, and you say, I need to tap out, and I need somebody else to come and
I need somebody
take
at least
over.
to talk to, and what do I need to do? Yeah.
Right. Sometimes we may just need to bring you something from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea. Now, there's also another element that's a little different from just community fostering, and that is the Therapeutic foster program.
Right.
Can we touch on that a little bit? What is that, and how does that differ from typical fostering?
Well, there's Therapeutic is definitely the most vulnerable population that we have. These are kids that have gone through really severe abuse, severe situations that typically don't succeed with large families, large sibling groups within the home or other foster children.
Yeah, with 4 or 5 other kids, and they're all vying.
They need
for,
more one-on-one attention.
Yeah.
We bring those in with a family that has, maybe no children to maybe 1 or 2 at the most, and we try not to mix them in with a lot of other foster kids as well. There is a pretty decent stipend for that services as well.
So if one of them wanted to stay at home to focus on just parenting this child, then they probably could financially.
And we find that children in the smaller groups of the Therapeutic, the most that you can have are 2 Therapeutic
Correct.
children.
Right.
They might be siblings. But we find that in the smaller group, they really do so much better than in a larger group where they're vying for attention.
Exactly right.
forth.
They're not fighting for it. They need this attention because of all the negative attention that they've received through their life, that they get that with that one-on-one instead of sharing it with 4 or 5 different children.
Yeah. And then again, we provide the counseling support, therapeutic support, the spiritual support.
We're in your home every week to help and see what needs to be done, maybe more than once a week if needed. And
Now, somebody might say, but I don't want you in my house all the time. So can you explain that, kind of break that down a little bit?
So it seems like awkward and weird at first, and people are kind of, well, I don't know. And then they start calling, oh, can you come more?
Yeah.
Because what our people are trained to do is step in, like while mom's doing the dishes, they may help the child clean their room, and they're providing a therapy session while they're doing that. So we really like to acclimate to what you have going on and try to make things easier. And sometimes, like we had one family who they just needed some breaks from their child, and so our case manager would pick that kid up and take them for ice cream, or take them to the park so that mom and dad could have some time at home. But this program, oh my goodness, we get at least 5 referrals every single day of children who are very broken and hurting, and there is nowhere for them to go.
Yeah.
We need, at least 100 of these homes. There's such a need.
So part of the needs that we're facing right now in the state with about, give or take, 4,500 children in foster care, what we provide is the support for on-campus foster parents, and this is all compensated, and then in community foster parents, and then we provide support and placements for therapeutic foster parents, and also employment for, as we continue to grow and expand, another licensed therapist, born again, sharing the Word of God, encouraging and praying with our children, and seeing lives changed. If you want to make a difference, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Could you be mom and dad of this empty house and bring some song to those kids who need you? Could you be the ones who fill a gap and allow God to give you that tap? Could you be mom and dad? Could you set the table and allow broken kids to be able to eat a meal and finish their homework? Could you make a homework knowing the courage it took for that kid to get out of bed today? Could you be mom and dad? Could you handle the rough days, the rough ways, the rough stays when kids are angry and lash out? It feels personal, but it's not about you. Can you be there to help them through? The pain, the chaos, the deep sting of loss, they are not waste. They can't be tossed out like an old couch with rips and stains. They carry their things in a trash bag, a constant reminder of the life they had. Could you be a mom and dad? Could your shoulder be broad to catch some tears, to soothe those fears of all the trauma they've endured? Could you carry burdens from years of faltering families far and wide? Can you make a stable home and allow aching kids to gather inside? Could you help step up now and help us provide a home, a ranch, a second chance? These kids are His sheep, His lambs, His people. Could you be Mom and Dad?
Hey, welcome back. Now, in this show, we have really hammered hard on several things. Job opportunities. We've also talked about fostering in the community, fostering on our campus, and we've talked about therapeutic foster care. But are there any other opportunities for people to be involved in Second Chance Youth Ranch and changing the lives of young people one heart at a time without being a foster parent?
Sure, not everybody is going to be able to foster or adopt, and we understand that. But one of the most powerful things that you can do if you're not going to foster or adopt is to surround the people that are doing that.
Oh, yeah.
To come alongside them as a support, to babysit, to run errands, to help with like cleaning and maintenance, yard work, prepare a meal and drop it off, that sort of thing.
Can I just pick a student up, go through the process of being approved? Can I just take a student or two, a brother or sister, a little one or a bigger one, and go out for ice cream after church, or take them play putt-putt, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, sometimes there's opportunities for that, especially our teenagers sometimes enjoy bonding with someone in kind of a mentor type role.
Teach them how to change oil in a car, change a tire. Yeah, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunities. I always say it like this: what do you enjoy doing? We need you.
That's right. That's a good way to, that's well said. People, whatever skill set you have, whether it's finances, we have people teaching financial classes. We have a basketball coach that comes in on Saturdays and helps the kids play basketball. Things that you actually enjoy, you can actually...
Yeah. You can do that.
You can do that, right.
And also, do we still have a doctor that comes out and takes the young guys fishing and teach them how to actually tie what we call tie a fly?
He does. He comes in and
takes them hiking.
We do a lot of hikes, several a year, in good weather.
Yeah.
COVID has kind of messed us up a little bit with that this year, but we have a lot of volunteers in the last month. Has really, a lot of people are getting vaccinated. They're going to get back in the community, and probably every Sunday, at least some church member will come in and say, "Hey, I want to get involved and do something." So
now, recently, Trail Life, which is kind of like Boy Scouts, at Family Church Bryan, and it's actually a community thing that we host on our campus. Men and their boys come here from many churches in the Benton, Bryant, Bauxite area. But they also came out and did a sleepover recently, did a little project.
They did.
You have some civic groups like that. We've had church groups, Sunday school classes. Individuals come out sometime. We'd always love to give tours.
Oh, we do. We love to show off the ranch. And I think when you step foot on that, you'll feel the presence of the Lord, and you really want to get engaged. I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
I've heard about the ranch, but once you get on that campus, you really feel the anointing and with the Lord, and really want to get fired up and serve.
Now, in the fall, we had our annual banquet, in spite of COVID and all the restrictions, and it was the most successful banquet ever.
Yeah.
We had to reduce the amount of people attending, but our presence in our community and even in the state has really been awesome to see what God's done, and we were able to raise some money to build a new foster home. And I know some people may wonder, well, why do you build new homes? Well, as a builder, number one, I do it for free. I don't know how you can do anything for the Lord free. He surely will repay. He has blessed me and my family and this ministry exceedingly abundantly. But to build a new one, just today, driving here to the studio, we had a 5-ton unit at the bank building, one of our foster homes at the ranch, went out. And that's thousands of dollars, sometimes as much as $5,000 or $6,000. Just 2 weeks ago, the air conditioner on the heat and air conditioner unit on our church at the ranch went out, and that was about $6,000. So there's always something going on. And there's a way that you can raise funds. And why do we build a new home? Because the air conditioner's new, the heat is new, everything is new. The roof is brand new. So the maintenance is virtually zero. Now, the units that just went out, those units were like 17 years old. So that's why we build new. And as a builder, we can build oftentimes cheaper than we can remodel something old and bring it up to code. And on a personal note, we want our children and our staff to walk in to our campus and go, this is the most beautiful place I've ever lived. And I want to expand everybody's vision. When we moved to the Methodist home at the age of 14, it was the nicest home I ever lived in. 20th and Fillmore in Little Rock. The most beautiful home I ever lived in. And they were building a family life center. We just built a recreation center and a swimming pool. Now we're building our new house. So there are so many opportunities. Recently, when we built the recreation center, we had a group of guys that donated the grass. You got a grass farm? We're going to need grass at the new house here. We're going to need about 1,200 yards of new grass. So it's amazing the opportunities. All right, so we have a minute and a half. What about if somebody said, I can pray and I could plant a little seed? Would somebody's gift of $5 or $10 or $20 make a difference?
Absolutely. Every dollar makes a difference. And we're cautious with every dollar too. We make it stretch. So yeah, please pray, plant that seed. Pray for us to have foster parents that say yes to this calling. Pray that we have all the resources come in that we need to complete not just the home that we're working on, but a second new home that we have planned. We just, honestly, we just want God to use us to meet the need. And there's nothing more powerful than planting a seed in that and praying over that.
Yeah. I just had a guy at Men's Fellowship Sunday night. He came to me and he said, Pastor Perry, I don't get to talk with you very often. You're like a bumblebee. You're humming around this place. You're so busy and you're always on the move. But he said, I still work, but I also want to give my time. And that's a thing that everybody has. We all have time. And all of us get the same amount, 24 hours a day. Nobody gets more, nobody gets less. And utilizing your time to make a world of difference, one heart, one life at a time. That is the ministry of Second Chance Youth Ranch. Would you please contact us here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV, and we will be glad to answer all of your questions. God bless you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Here at Second Chance Youth Ranch, one of our goals is to keep siblings together. If children have to come into foster care, they should not have to be separated from their siblings. Currently, there's a situation with a sibling group that's homeless. These children are going to be placed in care and separated from each other. The reason? We are full to capacity. Can you help us expand and bring more families together?